Okay, at this point, I need to make a citation for the periodical article that I found. I called it a magazine article in my last video. This is a scholarly magazine, so it's called a periodical. So don't get that confused. This was found on EBSCO. It is a scholarly source. It is a reliable source. You can research vaccine periodical if you would like. I trust EBSCO. Let's go. So we're going to create a new document. We're going to make our reference sheet. This is going to be your annotations that you were turning into me. So I would say let's call this your annotated references. When you turn this in for the end of the project, you will not call it annotated because it will no longer be annotated. Annotated is what we're doing right now. That's when you're going to add a note. Annotate means to add a note. And make that my title. Honestly, I would put your last name too. So my last name's Sandbrook. So I would say Sandbrook, annotated references. If I'm concerned that there's another person with my last name, I could put my first and last name there. So you are going to make this alphabetical, but since we're working on our first article, we don't need to worry about that. So if I need to know how to do a citation for a periodical, I'm going to go to the Purdue OWL website. So Purdue Online Writing Lab, they have a fantastic website that pretty much everyone in the country and probably outside the country uses for APA, MLA, and that's what English and humanities people use. There's also one that historians use called the Chicago style. So right here, I've got my basic form. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this to guide me, and I'm going to use that right now. Now, I'd like to make this all in Times New Roman, just to keep the font the same. So I'm going to hit Control-A or Command-A if I'm on a Mac, and then I'm going to do Times New Roman, 12-point font. Okay, now it looks really nice. I've also got some different colors there, so I'm going to make sure the text is all black. Okay, that looks great. Now, some things have happened when I moved that around, but I'm going to show you how to fix it. Don't worry. So now I need my authors. Remember, the first author is the person who did the most research. Now, sometimes that also is just the person with the most experience and the most name recognition, but they're still going to be first. So let's look over here. My first author is going to be Y. Tony Yang, and then this other person is Jana Shaw. So Jana Shaw was probably an assistant. She might have been a grad student, and then Tony Yang was probably the professor that did this. So I'm going to take Tony Yang's name. I can copy and paste it if I want. To do copy paste, you do Control-C, and then paste is going to be Control-V. That is perfectly fine, but you will have to remove any hyperlinks that show up. So keep in mind that happens. So I've got Yang. I'm going to do YT. Oops, make sure that's capitalized. And now I remember I have to use my ampersand. Ooh, the lights went off in the classroom. I guess I'm just going to do this in darkness. Okay, so we got YT Yang, and who's my other person? My other person is Jana Shaw. So instead of doing all that stuff, I'm going to do Shaw, J, period. Okay, now you make sure this is all in the same font. So I'm going to do that again, work some magic. Oh, woo, I got an email. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so I've got their names. That's good. Remember, you use the ampersand. Don't write and. You have to use the ampersand. There's a period at the end now. Now I need the year. And I said that came out in 2018 because it is brand new, fresh off the presses. Excellent. I put a period there. Now I need the title of their article. Now, remember that our title was all ready to go for us? We didn't have to change anything. All we got to do is change the font. And so I'll fix that so that it looks like everything else. Times New Roman, 12-point font. Let's not have any bolded stuff. Everything looks the same. Okay, that's not black. It needs to be black. Okay, looks good. Remember, first letter's capitalized. Everything else is not. After a colon capitalized, and then there's a period. Excellent. Okay, what's the next thing I need? I need the title of the periodical. So if I go over here, we said the title was Vaccine, and it'll tell me about that magazine, that periodical, if I'd like to know. It'll show you about the publisher. This is not really exciting information, but it is an academic journal, and the subject is pharmacology. It is a respected source. I mean, I've seen this before in my life, and if I've seen it, I'm sure the doctors have seen it. So let's see. I want to do Control-I for italics. You can also do it up here if you would like to. And so the vaccine magazine, take it out of italics and period. Excellent. Now I need the volume number. Oh, I shouldn't have a period there. I need a comma. So I need volume number, and the volume number is 36, and the issue number is 5. So I'm going to do 36, and then in parentheses 5, no space in between there. Now I need my pages. And my page numbers are these. Oh, that's just telling me it's 4 pages long. I don't need that information. And then right here, I'm going to click this. Make sure this is all in the same font. Is it all the same color? Make sure it's all black. You can also go back later and make sure it's all black. That's fine. Now we're going to need to have where we got it from. Now I'm going to put retrieved from. I know they didn't put it there, but you really should. And then you're going to put your website. So this is your URL. Copy and paste. That will help other people find it. Let's see if that actually works. I'm curious. Will it actually bring it up? Yes, it will. So we know that that's a good plan. Yes, that is fine. Although honestly, you don't have to have the website, because I'm not sure if the EBSCO source is going to help. So let's pretend we don't need that. If you do need it, that's how you do that. But we don't really need that. We could have gone to a library and gotten that. So let's pretend we did. Okay, now I need to make sure that this is a hanging indentation. I told you guys about this. So what you're going to need to do is move this over here to the 0.5. Now it's screwed the other part up, so now I got to fix that. Move that over to the 0, and ta-da! You have a hanging indentation. You are an amazing person. Congratulations. Okay, now let's say I need to do some more research. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Now I'm going to hold off on there, but let's say I had another source. I want to make sure that if it comes before Y in the alphabet, that's going to go above that. If it comes after Y, because maybe the next author is Zimmerman, I will put that next. And notice how it's not hanging indentation anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. But look at that. I've got a beautiful, beautiful citation in APA format that will get me an A+ from Mrs. Sandbrook, an A+ from Mrs. Jones, and an A+ from the committee. So good job.